The Japanese candlestick. The Japanese candlestick was invented by a Japanese rice trader. He used it to store price information over a period of time and use that chart to make his buying and selling decision. Now, that made him a very, very rich trader because he had information about the history of price during various market days in the market. And this particular charting pattern has been adopted to analyze stocks and currencies. This candlestick is made of opening price, closing price, and the highest price reached within that period, and the lowest price reached within that particular period. So a single candlestick actually represents what has happened between a particular period. You can have it as a weekly chart, as a monthly chart, a yearly chart, an hourly chart. An hourly candle, sorry. What that means is that that particular candlestick covers all the information about the opening price, the closing price, the highest price reached during that period, and the lowest price that was reached during that particular period. We would explain more about Japanese candlesticks on the board. Japanese candlestick. The Japanese candlestick is similar to the bar chart, but it's different in that it's complete. The body of the candlestick is like a rectangle or a box. All right, so we'll represent this same data using the Japanese candlestick. So the Japanese candlestick looks like this. The Japanese candlestick has its open at the top or at the bottom, and the close. We have the high and we have the low. So this shows us that the opening price is higher than the closing price, which means the price actually dropped like this. So we have another candlestick where the opening price is at the bottom and the closing price is at the top. In this case, the market moves up. So we call this a bearish candlestick and this a bullish candlestick. So that said, let's represent this data using the Japanese candlestick. All right. So using the Japanese candlestick, we know that the opening price was on a Monday. So we'll draw a line at the opening price on a Monday. On a Monday. Then we have the closing price, which is on a Sunday at 35. So we draw the closing price here, 35, which makes a box. You just connect them with a box. Then now the highest price reached during the week was on a Wednesday, which is $50. We have $50 here. And the lowest price reached during the week is $5 on a Tuesday. So we'll draw the line down to $5. If you trace it, you can see we have $5 here. We have $50 here. And this represents... So we have various candlestick shapes and sizes. Each of those shapes and sizes represent different things. The longer the candlestick, the more buying pressure. So we would explain, let me explain a little bit about that. So let's say we have price of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And we have a candlestick that looks like this. What this tells me is that there was a very strong buying or selling pressure depending on what the opening price was and what the closing price was. So for this example, let's say the opening price was $50 and the closing price was $10 or $15. Since it's in between 10 and 20, $15. So you can see the variation in price. This signifies strong buying pressure. or strong selling pressure in this case, because the price dropped from 50 to 15. All right. So for another example, let's look at a shorter candlestick. A short candlestick represents weak buying pressure. That is, the buying pressure or the selling pressure is very weak. And it usually signifies slowing down in the market. So that's your explanation on the long and the short candlestick. We have other candlestick patterns, like the pin bar. It also represents a strong buying or selling pressure. So once you have this, which is called the wick, a very long wick, it signifies a very strong push to the upside. The same thing, if the wick appears at the top too, it also signifies a very strong selling pressure. This kind of candlesticks are called pin bars. You can have, various people have various names for them, but you can call them pin bars. We have another type that shows wicks on both ends. And this one too shows indecision in the market. That is, the buying and the selling pressure are equal. We have strong buying pressure, strong selling pressure, and strong buying pressure, and it ended at the middle. They call it, there are names you call them. Some people call them spinning tops. Some people call it doji, depending on how thin this body is. So we have various shapes and sizes. We'll be placing them and their names on the chart next.